Tonight, on Wednesday the 22nd of May 1991, we have been invited to a reception here at the new Brentwood Library, opened just a week ago today by Her Royal Highness the Princess Royal. The reception is to inaugurate the hanging in the library of Brentwood Townswomen's Guild's just completed tapestry entitled Impressions of Brentwood. More particularly, the reception is to show appreciation of the work of Cathy Povey, whose concept it was, and who led her craft section of the Townswomen's Guild in its creation, ably assisted by her husband Phil.
We had some lessons, we did a song. She doesn't know what I don't get much somewhere sitting down, they put yes, bless you, Cat. She does the most super little miniature
If you come into our shop, we've got a photograph of exactly that, except it's winter, there's snow on the roof here.
That's how true as it was.
Yes.
Years and years ago, my husband used to do a photograph of Brentwood Library, and that was taken on that, so maybe your photograph's the same one.
Yeah.
So that's Shenville with
Oh yes, Shenville.
Madison with
Wilson's Corner. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's very proud. 2.5 years worth.
Yeah, and £600.
And a third of a million.
I think she thought she had covered up with Winter Shores on.
HRH Princess Royal, she opened the library and she looked, because she is out here advertising skills, and she's very happy because she doesn't have it. I'm glad you like it. Come to me.
Do it, don't worry about it. Do it, don't worry about
I suspect that, I think when you got
if you wanted a video on knitting, for example, you look at the knitting books and you find them there. And we actually did learn those for a week, not overnight. If you're taking something like that, you don't just watch it through one day. As we were starting off.
would you like to come and meet our First Lady? And this is our first
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, honoured guests, particularly the chairman of our council, Councillor Shawcross, and his lady wife, fellow members, husbands and friends. It is with much pleasure and a lot of pride that I welcome you here tonight to celebrate the hanging of the Brentwood Townswomen's Guild tapestry in this library. The tapestry was worked by 11 members of the Arts and Crafts group under the guidance of section chairman Cathy Povey, as you probably all know by now. And the theme is Impressions of Brentwood. Those of you that have seen it have probably gathered that. We are particularly proud of it, and those people I've spoken to tonight think it's lovely, so I'm so glad that you've enjoyed looking at our beautiful work. I must tell you that it all began as a very odd remark from Cathy when she and I went to Liberty's to look at the national tapestry which was on display there. And Cathy said to me, wouldn't it be lovely if we could have a guild tapestry at Brentwood? And I said, well, lovely, yes, but what an undertaking. But I could see the seed was beginning to grow in Cathy's mind. And all the way home, the seed began to germinate rapidly. And I said, well, really, Cathy, what about the money? So she said, yes, well, what about the money? We shall have to, I said, well, first of all, you've got to sell it to the guild. And if you can sell it to the guild, they might agree to give you a loan. So Cathy went cap in hand to the guild and sold it, hook, line and sinker. And the guild gave her a loan to start the planning, which was the most important part of the tapestry. For 5 months, Cathy and Phil Povey laboured over the planning of this tapestry, and that was before even a stitch was sewn. And eventually, it was ready to be worked. It was really quite a problem in many ways, and I do know that Cathy and Phil had many obstacles to overcome, not least of all money, because the more the tapestry progressed, the more money was needed. And Cathy and Phil Povey opened their house and their gardens time and time again, raising money, bring-and-buys, tea parties, garden parties, anything to raise money. And I remember on one occasion, she said to me, I'm having this great garden party, Gloria, and I've got to raise, I think it was £250. So we all racked our cupboards and we just shoved everything we could into the garden party. and it started tipping down with rain 2 days before the garden party, and it tipped down with rain on the day of the garden party. And I know many of us went to Cathy's house never hearing a word about what was going to happen. But we needn't have worried. Cathy's home was like a mini market. The bedrooms, every bedroom in the house had things for sale and people selling. And the downstairs room the same. And in the main bedroom, the tapestry was laid out on the bed, half finished, looking just a little bit wanting. And as we all gazed at it and thought, oh dear, it really does need a bit more money. So we rushed about in all the rooms, spending a bit more money and buying more cake so that the target would be reached. And I think that I'm right in saying that the target was reached. And Cathy said to me a couple of days later, heaving a great sigh of relief, we've now been able to pay the guild back the loan that we had off them. So you see, that was only evens at that stage. There are so many people who did work behind the scenes on this tapestry, people that are not attached to the guild, not least the staff of the Stitches at King's Road. They bent over backwards, frontwards and sideways to make sure that Cathy had all the materials she needed. Well done. And not only that, they took 10% or gave us 10% discount on all the materials. I'm sure they're being represented or should be represented here tonight.
Yeah.
Could you raise your hand?
Over the bed.
Wonderful. Well, 50% of the staff, yes. I'm sure that they were as enthusiastic about the tapestry by the time it was completed as we were. It would be impossible to thank individually all the people that have contributed to the tapestry. I know those 11 people of the Arts and Crafts group gave their all, and when I looked at it tonight I thought, well, I know that Cathy and Phil's heart and soul has been woven into this tapestry, but I'm sure the heart and soul of all the 11 people, or the hearts and souls of all the 11 people have been woven into that tapestry too. It is a tremendously proud moment for us, and I know Cathy is a lover of tapestry. And apart from that, she really wanted to perpetuate our name in this town. We work hard to keep our guild going, and you know, townswomen are at their very best when they're being challenged. So as far as I'm concerned, those that have been close to the tapestry, we do say to all of you who contributed in any way at all, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for everything you have done for us. The tapestry, after completion, 2.5 years it took, and £600 in money. But it has now been insured for £5,000. So we're hoping that if it does come to any grief, that we can at least cover the cost. You know, the unsung hero of this tapestry, really, is Phil Povey. Phil did everything he could to support Cathy. He worked like a Trojan. He has been good-tempered. I don't know how many thousands of cups of coffee he must have made. He travelled hundreds of miles with Cathy when they sorted out the particular panels of Brentwood they were going to work. And apart from all that, when Cathy was poring over the complexities of the tapestry, Phil donned his pinny and went into the kitchen and cooked the dinner and washed up and without a grumble. And also he is a professional photographer, and his work has been invaluable to us in the tapestry. Phil, without you, the tapestry would not have been made. I think that, you know, obviously it was a team effort, but the amount of guild members who have said to me the tremendous work that Phil Povey has put in behind the scenes was far over and beyond the call of duty for Phil. We do thank you very much indeed, and thank everybody else involved. We do have a little presentation to you both. I'd like you to both come forward, if you will. Thank you of all the hours and the love and the tender care you have given the tapestry, you will give to your plant. And also, we have a very remarkable card here, which was done by another one of our artistic people. It is a painting of the shrub. So that that is something that you will be able to keep. It was done by Stella Clapham. Really? I thought it was very good. And so much nicer than any card we could ever buy. So we knew you would appreciate it. And to you both, with our love and our gratitude for what you have done to perpetuate our name, thank you both very much. Kiss Kathy.
I'd like to say thank you, all of you, very, very much indeed. I will admit that some of it has been blind panic and sheer terror. I mean, there were times when I couldn't see the end at all, but I do think it has been worthwhile. And I must give a great deal of thanks to all the team that's worked with me, because they really have worked very hard and with such goodwill. And I think we've made a lot of friends, and we're very, very happy to see all of you here tonight. And also I'd like to say that there's a scrapbook which I've made, which is the tapestry from beginning to end. And would you please all sign the visitors' pages over there? Then we will stick it in the scrapbook. And once again, thank all of you very, very much for making it such a success.
Right, you can wander around, ladies, whatever you will, but presentation is now over. We didn't get anything.